Have you ever noticed that trying to figure out the real estate process can be like trying to learn a video game? There's different levels, situations, and of course, different characters. Between selling and teaching and coaching real estate agents, I've come to realize that many people who are not agents, consumers, don't really understand what your options are when you're working with a real estate agent. So I've decided to explain it based on a childhood favorite, a choose your own adventure. Except this one is about your agency choices. To begin, as a consumer in North Carolina, you have to decide whether you would like to work with the agent as a customer or if you'd like to work with an agent as a client. This is like trying to decide if you want to shop at Walmart or if you'd like to shop at one of my favorites, Nordstrom. Let's talk about what it means if you decide to work with a real estate agent as a customer. When you're a customer, you're buying a product, in this case, real estate. The agent will help you, but the question is, are they helping you or are they truly helping the other person in the transaction? That doesn't mean they won't help you at all. It just means you're going to be limited as a customer. When you work with that real estate agent, you can trust that they're going to present your offers in a timely manner. They will be fair and honest with you. They will provide you with accurate information. They will disclose to you any adverse material facts, things you need to know about the property. And they will account for your monies, meaning you can trust they won't run off with a check and spend it at a store. But what an agent cannot do for you if you work with them as a customer is advocate on your behalf. That agent, if you're their customer, cannot keep your personal information confidential. So in other words, your secrets will not be kept secret. An agent working with you as a customer cannot offer advice to help you. The times you'll see this most often is if you are working as a for sale by owner. This is when you, the seller, decides not to use an agent or firm to list your house. Instead, you may be working with a buyer's agent. That buyer's agent works for the buyer and works with you, the seller, as a customer. The other time you work as a customer with the agent is any time you have not put your agency in writing. So remember, unless or until you enter into a written agreement with an agent or firm for agency representation, you are considered a customer of the agent, and that company will not act as your fiduciary. As a customer, do not expect the company or its licensees to promote your best interest or to keep your bargaining information confidential. Well, perhaps this isn't what you're looking for. Maybe you would prefer to be a client and have the agent work with you, giving you client-level services. When you work with a real estate agent as a client, you're buying professional-level services from that agent. You can expect that agent to give you their loyalty and obedience. They will disclose all information concerning the transaction to you. They are required to keep your personal information confidential. They owe you accounting, making sure that your money is safe and correct. They will give you professional advice concerning the transaction. They will counsel you to help you make the best decisions. And they will assist you in any and all negotiations. And they will provide you with professional skill, care, and diligence. Remember, in order to become a client, you must get this relationship in writing. If you're a buyer and you decide to work with a real estate agent as a customer, this is the equivalent of the seller hiring an entire team. Everybody on that team is working for the seller and looking out for the seller's best interest. If you're a seller and you decide to work with a real estate agent as a customer, this is the equivalent of the buyer having an agent, and every agent working in that transaction is going to be helping and assisting the buyer. So really, it's about what services you would like to receive from the company. There are some services, as you can see on this chart, that will be given to both customers and clients. But everything below this purple glowing line can only be given to you if you decide to become a client of a real estate agent and you put that relationship into writing. I wish I could say those are the only decisions that have to be made about working with an agent. But the truth is, once you decide to work with an agent as a client, you have some more decisions to make. When you choose an agent to work with, you're not just hiring the agent, you're hiring the firm. Then you will need to decide, how will the firm represent you? Will they only represent you in the transaction, or will they also represent you and the other person in the transaction? You'll have three options. You can either work with that agent and their firm in an exclusive agency relationship. You can work with that agent and their firm as a dual agent. Or you could choose to work with that agent and that firm in a designated dual agency relationship. Let's discuss what that means. If you decide to work with a firm with an exclusive agency relationship, that means you, the buyer, would hire a firm. Let's call them ABC Realty. You work with that firm through one agent, but really the entire firm is on your side. At the same time, the seller may have chosen to work with a different real estate company. Let's call them XYZ Realty. And that means all of the agents at XYZ Realty are always looking out for the best interest of the seller. This is exclusive agency, which means the firm is exclusively working for either the buyer or the firm is exclusively working for the seller. Sometimes a buyer and the seller may decide to create an agency relationship in writing with the same firm. In this case, we'll call them QRS. Now, QRS and its agents have committed themselves to not hurting either the buyer or the seller, which is the equivalent of everybody leaving you on the field to fend for yourself. This way, you can be guaranteed that no secrets will be shared with the other side. Sadly, this also means no secrets can be shared with you, and no agent on Team QRS Realty can assist you in any way that would be harmful to the other side. To ensure this happens, the firm is going to have a BIC, or who we call a broker in charge, that assures none of their agents tells any secrets or gives any confidential information to somebody who should not receive it. Our third option for real estate agency is called designated dual agency. As you can tell, it's very similar to dual agency, but in designated dual agency, the BIC or broker in charge assigns one agent to stay on the field and assist the buyer as if they were an exclusive buyer's agent, and they choose another agent to work with and assist the seller as if they were an exclusive seller's agent. All of the other agents will stay dual agents and promise to keep all of your secrets secret and confidential. This is a lot of information to understand. To help assist consumers in North Carolina, the North Carolina Real Estate Commission has created a brochure called Working with Real Estate Agents. Any agent you talk to, whether you're thinking of working with them as a client or a customer, should provide this brochure to you. In fact, they're going to ask you to sign it. Signing this document does not create a contract. This form does not create any agency. It is just proof that they've explained all of your agency choices to you. At the end of the day, it's important to remember that every consumer in North Carolina starts out as a customer. You do not become a client and receive client-level services until you put an agency agreement in writing. It is important to note that some agents may choose to work with buyers under a verbal arrangement, but buyers, if you do this, remember there is no guarantee that your secrets will remain secret during the entire transaction. If you would like that type of confidentiality, you will need to put your agency relationship in writing. So that's it. It's important for you, the consumer, to decide, would you like to work with the agent as a customer, or would you like to work with the agent and the firm as a client? It's your adventure and you have the right to choose. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. Thank you.